What's up everyone, my name is Brett and sometimes I wear a beret, and this is the Nerf Roblox Sharkbite web launcher. This is one of my favorite new rocket launchers that Nerf has put out. I actually reviewed it at the end of 2022, but it's quite simple. Put a rocket in the front, pull forward, and back to fire a rocket. It's really satisfying and just overall fun to use. But there's two problems with it. Number one, the retail price. It's a little high. It could be lower. Definitely. And number two, the biggest problem, there's no trigger. So actually, take back everything I said. This blaster is trash. It doesn't belong anywhere, ever. It deserves to be in the dumpster and set on fire. But things like this spark the question, why do companies keep making blasters without triggers? And the answer is money. So this one, I can understand why people might not like just based off the price alone. You're cheapening out on the overall internals, the mechanics, probably should be a bit more affordable as a result. But I would say there are still some okay blasters that don't have triggers. How controversial. Now for me personally, I'd say 90% or 95% of the time, I would like to have a trigger on my blaster. Even this one, for example, then I could actually aim and pull the trigger when I'm ready to fire instead of potentially missing my target because I do have to drastically pull back. But again, one of the things you might be able to do if you don't have a trigger system in your blaster is reduce the price. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's what we're gonna look at today. Two contenders, super cheap blasters with no triggers. Do they deliver? It's a grudge match between Nerf and buzzbee. We've got the buzzbee Crossbow pistol and the Nerf Alpha Strike Uppercut, a blaster I have been wanting to look at for a long while. Maybe one is better than the other, maybe they're both trash. Let's find out. Here are the Crossbow pistol and Uppercut still in package. Start with the Crossbow pistol. It's a pretty tall one, but you've got claims of 80 feet. What's this? Pull back and fire. Crossbow pistol. Now, buzzbee has made a lot of crossbow variants in the past, so calling this the Crossbow pistol, I guess, was the only way to differentiate between those. All the claims on the back includes 5 darts, which, you know, it does have room to store the 4 extras. Operating instructions on the back as well. And I'm actually going to leave this one in package because before I knew that buzzbee was going to send one of these for review, I actually bought one myself. And I bought it for $3 from my local, what was it, Five Below, or was it a dollar store? I honestly don't know where you're supposed to find these right now, and I don't see any other price claims online, so I'm just going to assume it's about $3, and I'm actually gonna say it's about the same price as the Uppercut, which you can see this one, and if you watched my vlog, you know as well where I got this one from, all the way in New Jersey. This one claims that it was $3.25. And online, I see it retails for $3.19, but you can't find this anywhere online at the moment, maybe some resellers. So I also don't know exactly where I'm supposed to tell you to look for an Uppercut. This nice and quiet packaging you've got there, ages 8 and up for this one versus the 6 and up for the Crossbow pistol. And on the back, you've got the very simple instructions, wha-bam, fire it by slapping the butt. And it includes 1 dart. Ay. All right, let's finally open this thing. Yeah, I'm a bit sad because part of me wanted to leave this, wow, that really just comes apart, leave this in packaging for I don't know, nostalgia purposes, just to see that I had one. But I've also really wanted to finally play with this thing, and now I can. Oh my gosh. This is literally the first time I'm ever touching an Uppercut. I am kind of shocked. I am also disappointed that my single yellow elite dart is already scrunched up because of how it was just loosely in the packaging. Nice! You are supposed to push it in and it springs back automatically. Let's put our single dart in there, and if I slowly push it up, it will fall out. Cool. And if I do it a little bit harder, there's not much going on in this orange piece of plastic. Comparatively, the Crossbow pistol actually has a handle. This is a reasonable sized handle for a buzzbee blaster, and you can obviously turn this to the side. So for storage purposes, you can put it like that and it should sit flat. Put the elastic band back in its little slot, and then you just do the same thing. Pull back, put dart in and fire. Here's a free elite dart. Put it in the front. Oh, hit myself in the face. I'm already gonna say that this one seems to have more power. Okay, before I leave here, I just wanna read you the description of the uppercut that they have online. Slam into dart firing fun with the Nerf Alpha Strike Uppercut Blaster. Load the dart, then slam your hand against the handle to fire. Slam it in there. I cannot get over that. Literally, slam your hand against the handle. Have a great time. Slam your hand, break your hand. Just destroy your hand and fire one dart. I'm gonna try my best to chronograph these two blasters, but apologies in advance because it's probably not gonna go perfectly. I'm gonna try it with some elite darts. I'm gonna try it with some waffles from Dart Zone. I'm also gonna try some X-Shot darts just to see if any of those make a huge difference. And I'm also gonna start with regular Jolt. This is the Nerf Ace, so it's actually spring powered, which means I can aim with it. Just to get a baseline, there's something in the 50s, 40s, woohoo, and 40s. So not super powerful, it is a Jolt. We'll start with the Crossbow pistol. These are all elite darts. Oh, great. I want you guys to know that I tried, okay? I am not perfect. I'm just a man trying to make my way in this universe, and this is not going well. This is not a 30 FPS, this is a 5 FPS blaster. Oh no. Maybe if I change my hands, can I make it more accurate? Nope. Just go straight. Nope. I give up with this one. It's really not as bad as some of those numbers came out to be, obviously, but I don't know how to make that any better. Though I absolutely know how to make it worse. Let's just do a quick push. Whoa! Holy smokes! Just kidding, this is the greatest blaster of all time. I hate this. Oh, okay, how do I do this? Yeah! Nope. Yeah. What if I just edit this whole segment out and say that I forgot? 18. Nope. Push. I am getting increasingly frustrated here. Why won't these even fire now? There we go. I'm glad I used these in a game because I was almost going to be unnecessarily harsh on the uppercut. And now I can be reasonably harsh. For the buzzbee crossbow pistol, there's a lot to love in how simple this thing is, while also having a reasonably sized handle. I don't know why they just show up randomly, good handles or okay handles for buzzbee, but ironically, this super cheap blaster is one of them. You could make something like this yourself. WikiHow could tell you how to make one of these yourself. Or not. Up to you. But what they give you here, I think, is totally fine. You could obviously get creative with this little band as well, maybe even replace it or double it up. There's mod potential in that way, but even so. They have some little dart holders on the bow arms that are actually, useful because you can store darts and then quickly reload, and it's just overall fun to use this thing. Am I saying it's going to be useful at your next competitive event? Actually, I'm not going to say whether or not that's the case. I don't want to give anyone ideas. But you can still just run around with this and have a good time. It's relatively quiet, it's straightforward to use. I think it has okay performance for a stock blaster. Obviously hard to kind of chronograph this, but when you give it a good arc, you can send them flying. Of course, the worst thing is that it's going to be hard to aim with this one. That is to be expected. Just make sure you're kind of holding it straight and then really, aim up a little bit. I don't know. Your darts, of course, will make the biggest difference. But for what this thing is, and for the price, I don't hate this. Now the uppercut. Look, I'm glad I used this one outside too, because when you do actually give this thing an arc, you can send darts pretty far. Sure, it's a stock blaster, and the harder you hit it, the further they'll go. That should be fairly obvious. So if you're trying to aim it like straight on, your hand is going to be awkwardly angling forward. So your natural inclination is to angle it back a little bit and then arc your dart, which means you're probably not aiming as straight as you thought you were, so you overcompensate and aim down, and now you're aiming way too far down and you don't know how much power this thing's going to have because pop, 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 and sometimes the darts don't even stay inside because the air restrictor is so annoying. Don't get me wrong, it is satisfying to be able to just hit this on anything and fire a dart. there is some silliness to that, right? But I still found this thing so frustrating to use. If you're trying to use this blaster with extra darts in your hand, well, to fire it, you have to like scrunch them in your hand. So you can't actually fire this one super quickly without just ruining your whole system. Ruining my system. So the uppercut really fails the question, why not just use a jolt or any style of jolt instead? Using the crossbow pistol, you can actually reload pretty quickly, pull back, load, pull back. Like there's a fun system here, a slight gimmick that is not actually that slow if you get in the rhythm. So for the purposes of this video, winner and loser, big shock. But really what I should say is that even if you've got all three of these, they're losers compared to the X-Shot Menace. This is the real winner. I don't care what color scheme you get, this is just the overall better blaster. The comparison just isn't fair. X-Shot wins. But for the sake of this video, the buzzbee crossbow pistol is fine. And the Nerf uppercut should be avoided at all costs. So good job, buzzbee. Hope you can keep up that track record into the new year. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next time. Spoiler alert, they did not keep up their track record into the new year. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Subscribe for more buzzbee. You're getting it, whether you like it or not. And I will see you next time with a broken hand or two.